Well, still in our regions, the program manager for WASH and climate change at WaterAid Ghana, Richard Antiberi, speaking during a 3-day training for journalists on climate change and WASH in Bolgatanga in the Upper East region, said the aim is to move from duty barriers to right holders to achieve climate justice. He noted that this will be done through advocacy and that journalists can help secure justice for right holders who do not have access to quality water and good sanitation. Our Upper West regional correspondent Rafik Nungo Adam has the rest of the story.
The 3-day training program for 30 selected journalists from Northern, Upper East, Upper West, Savannah, Asante, and Greater Accra regions took place in Bolgatanga in the Upper East region. The training was organized by Berlin Wusa Development Agency, BUDA, in partnership with WaterAid Ghana, with funding support from the Swedish Agency for Development and Cooperation. The executive director of BUDA, Peter Assal, noted that the Climate Change and WASH project came about following an assessment done by WaterAid Ghana on how climate change is affecting WASH, hence the need to scale up.
The project is actually one of the things that, the advocacy project, it is not going to be responding to hardwares, but actually the software in terms of building the capacity so they are able to engage. So we have this training because we think that there are a lot of lived experience when it comes to effects of climate change violations in the communities. And so we think that the communities are unable to air out their experiences related to the issues. So we think that we should work with journalist network who are also into WASH.
The program manager for WASH and climate change at WaterAid Ghana, Richard Antiberi, says journalism is key to achieving climate justice.
Any issue that is preventing people from having access to clean water, decent toilet, and good hygiene is a priority for us. We see the role of journalists here as key. Journalists who come up with the stories, journalists who get the findings, journalists who talk to the communities to understand what is driving the challenges, how climate change is making their access to water, to sanitation, to hygiene decline or worsen.
The head of White Volta Basin of the Ghana Water Resource Commission in the Upper East region, Justice Kazopio, who was a facilitator at the workshop, in an interview noted that groundwater is safe for now, but as time goes on with human activities, groundwater will be contaminated.
If you look at the general state of the quality of the groundwater, it's all good. But it will not remain the same if we keep on doing the sort of things that will cause the groundwater to be contaminated. So, for instance, you take the northern part of the country, for instance, most of our gold reserves are in the hard rocks. So, if you want to have access to gold, you have to dig and go underground. And most of these people who go underground encounter groundwater reserves underground.
The National Coordinator for Water, Sanitation and Hygiene, Journalist Network Ghana, Justice Lee, urged journalists to highlight the impact of climate change affecting people to duty bearers.
Another thing we also need to do as journalists is to look at especially the vulnerable, the people who are disadvantaged in society, women, children, young girls going to school, people living with disabilities, how they access water, how they access sanitation, how they access hygiene services.
Reporting for Channel 247, Rafik Nungo Adam, Bolgatanga.